for the radioactivity problem. So we put in our calculator in a lab. The calculator give us for part A, an exponential regression equation. We did that. Part B, we took that equation and we wrote it in terms of base E, and that one was a little more complicated. Now, once we have our equation in base E, which is this guy, we want to use that equation to estimate the half-life of the uranium. So this is kind of the sneaky part. The half-life, it's asking really how long until it's half of its original size. Okay? So if we started out at 10 grams, then when is it going to be at 5 grams is what it's asking. We have the original form of the exponential equation is n equals n sub 0 times e to the kt. Now remember, n sub 0 is that initial value. So if I'm looking at, and this is the reason why we put the equation in base E, here's my initial value. There's my E. This guy is my K, and we already know that those X values were our time. So that tells me that K is this number. So K equals negative 0.0301. We want to figure out a value for time. Remember, the other equation for time was to take the natural log of 2 over K. Well, that's great. That 2 was for doubling. Well, we don't want to double. We want half time. So we're going to take t equals the natural log of 0.5, which is 0.5 is 1/2 over K. So that t equals the natural log of 0.5 over our K was negative 0.0301. And when you divide that, you're going to get approximately 23. And so that tells me that the half-life is 23 minutes. In 23 minutes, it'll go from 10 grams to 5 grams. If we go back, I think kind of neat thing.
Caden Brown to the front office, please. Caden Brown to the front office.
Caden, you're wanted in the front office. All right. I think kind of the cool thing about this is the half-life is how much we have. So that's our Y value. If I start to look at Desmos here and see if it'll pick up the value, I'm going to look for when Y is half. And that means when Y is 5. Well, I can see that it's starting to get to 5. And then look at the X. The X is our time. And that's 20. You'll notice that it says 5.01. That's half. Roughly half of the 10 grams that we had, and what time went with that was the 23 there in our X coordinate, and that's how we get the 23 minutes. Okay, complete the worksheet on the back, and I will see you on Monday.